The capital on the isthmus, giving Madisonians access to miles and miles of breathtaking lakefront land. Water is what attracts a lot of people to the city, but we found out more shoreline could be made public. 15 Investigates' Elizabeth Wattis looked back into the archives to find a land deed almost 100 years old. She explains why city leaders are choosing to keep people off a portion of Lake Monona waterfront that taxpayers technically own.
But I think whenever you can have blue and green in your vision,
glistening lake water, fresh autumn air,
it just makes you feel good.
and a friend to enjoy it with.
And calm, yeah.
Peggy Hager and Fran Keeley, in perfect stride, take in the picturesque views of Lake Monona during their afternoon chat.
It really improves your quality of life. So the more people can get out.
Public access to Lakeshore is critically important.
Madison Park Superintendent Eric Knepp says he agrees, but now there are concerns about whether expanding the lakefront access is a city priority. The shoreline in question, Yahara Place Park on the city's east side. Right now, people can walk along beautiful Lake Monona until they get to about here. Now that brings us back to this almost 100-year-old land deed from 1927. It shows the lakefront on 4 of these lots are actually owned by taxpayers, but the public is not allowed to use the land as it stands now.
We assert that we do own those 4 parcels, 3 of them contiguous, 1 not.
But you can see the residents have put in private docks, a treehouse, a paved parking lot, and a structure separating the property from the park. Knepp says the residents on Lakeland Drive have the right to do so. That is, unless the city decides to develop the shoreline to extend the public park.
But the city could prioritize it and make it a public park if they prioritized it.
Yes, I mean, the city could choose to do a lot of things with our priorities, but priorities are not infinite.
Knepp says one big factor is funding.
We don't have enough resources to do everything.
The other, planning. Knepp says instead of developing the 4 backyards now, he thinks the plan should be bigger to connect the entire lake line from Yahara Place Park north to Olbrich Park, which he says could take decades.
I think we can come up with a good plan to have a maximal impact instead of a quick plan that may or may not work out the way we wish it did.
On this topic, these friendly walkers are out of stride.
I would just like to see the development include simply a path to connect one green space to hopefully another green space or a sidewalk so that you could do a continuous walk.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just think if you wait until you get the whole lake, then it's not going to happen.
Hager sees the benefit of acting sooner, even if the project is less comprehensive.
I'm for public access.
And Keeley?
I would be in favor of having just a walkway through that property, assuming it connects up with another path.
Ideas on the horizon in Madison. Another concern of residents in the area, encroachment, using public land as private property. For example, people who live by the lake have installed staircases on public land that leads to the water. Now, Knepp tells me his department is looking into the encroachment cases and will follow up. In the newsroom, Elizabeth Wattis, 15 Investigates.